Good evening, guys. My name is Reynaldo Santana from Wano. I'm here with Cristina from Boston.
Hello.
Hey guys, so today Cristina had a chance to look at the website Wano, which is wano.io, if you're curious to look at our website. And today Cristina would love to share about her experience and some feedback she'd like to share with us. Please, Cristina.
Of course. So as Reynaldo mentioned, my name is Cristina. I am Chief Marketing Officer of a nonprofit in Boston called Women with Purpose. And looking at the Wano website, first of all, I think the look and feel of the website is really nice and clear and concise. One thing that I would recommend, or should I say that now?
Sure, that's
Okay,
fine.
Sure. One thing I would recommend is to have a video that just really walks you through the process of setting up an account, what happens next, how much Wano you will get, because I think since this is a really new concept, especially the whole Bitcoin thing, I know it's a big craze right now. It's a new concept. I think a lot of people may be confused as to how this currency works and how this exchange works. So that's something I would recommend.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for sharing that with us. There's a lot of fairly new technologies out there like blockchain that could confuse many people, but I think having a video like that also helps explain how this technology works going forward. So you mentioned that you work with Women with Purpose, the CML. Congratulations. Can you share a little bit about what you guys do in that organization?
Yeah, so Women with Purpose is a nonprofit that's been running now for going on 4 years. And what we do is we provide professional development workshops, seminars, networking events for women of color in the Boston area. So we've done events on financial literacy, negotiation, public speaking, effective networking. We've done conferences. So we're always looking for photographers, videographers, freelancers, volunteers. So this is something that Wano, I think, would be a need that they can meet.
Great. I love that feedback so much, and thanks so much for sharing about Women with Purpose. Yes. You mentioned something really important there that Wano actually provides is volunteers for charities, for nonprofits. I'm sure you had a chance maybe to review some of the information on the website about charities and volunteers and how that works. What's your thoughts on that and how we can help nonprofits?
Yeah. I absolutely love the idea of being able to not necessarily pay volunteers, but compensate them in some sort of way.
Service.
Because at the end of the day, volunteering does take up a lot of time. And this is a lot of time that people may not have, right, disposable. So if they can, do something that they love doing, whether that's picking up, garbage off the street, cleaning up the oceans, volunteering at one of my events and getting some type of compensation for it, it's a win-win for everybody. So I think that's a really great product. Yeah.
Great. Thanks so much, Cristina. I know that earlier you mentioned a few things that you suggested or recommended, but I'm going to give you that power once again to, if you had a chance to change one thing or two things, what would that be that'll be very effective for many nonprofits like yourself?
On the Wano website?
Correct. Either Wano website or any process that you did on there.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I definitely think a very clear-cut video as to what somebody will receive when they sign up for an account would be really helpful, just in terms of user experience. And then the other thing I would suggest for nonprofits in particular is maybe, I think maybe partnering with some of the largest nonprofits out there and then showing the type of volunteer work people could be doing in exchange for Wano. So maybe have examples of volunteering in the community, maybe volunteering at your local school, just all types of volunteer opportunities where you can get compensated in some way. And then obviously testimonials. Testimonials will be really effective of people who've used Wano and, in some sort of positive way. I think that would all be really helpful.
That is phenomenal feedback, Cristina. I must say, you're going to help a lot of people with this feedback. So really appreciate about that. Last question. Would this be something that you recommend to your colleagues, friends, family going forward?
Definitely. Wano for me is really interesting. I think it's the future, right? At the end of the day, when we think about currency and money, it really is just an exchange of energy.
Correct.
So I think it's a really cool concept to be able to maybe provide some type of service and get compensated in something that you really need or something that you really want. Like, let's say, I like to do freelance writing, right? So if I want to do a freelance writing job, I could post on Wano that I'm looking for some freelance writing work, and somebody who's looking for a freelance writer will be able to find me, and then maybe in exchange I can borrow their car for the day. So I think it's a really, really cool concept. I do see this as the way of the future. I guess one thing I would say that I would want to know more information about is just how much Wano do you get when you sign up to make an account? How does that work? A little bit more about the exchange process, because I'm assuming if you have, like, if you're renting your home, that's probably worth a lot more than someone who's just renting their bicycle for the day. So I want to learn a little bit more about how to kind of accumulate more Wano, because that would be really helpful.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So we're going to digest all that from Wano's side, and we're going to make all those considerations happen. So Cristina, thank you so much.
Thank you.
A pleasure having you here with us today to
Thank
share
you,
your
Ray.
experience and overall your experience.
Yeah.
All right.
Good luck.